New Carmen Sandiego game has you play as Master Thief for first time. It will be the franchise's first video game in nearly 10 years. Carmen Sandiego is back in her first game since 2015's Carmen Sandiego Returns. For the first time in franchise history, you'll play as the Super Thief, instead of those pursuing her in a reimagined new game simply called Carmen Sandiego. However, Sandiego has given up a life of crime and works as a counter thief, tracking down VILE operatives across the globe. The game takes style and plot cues from the Netflix animated show which started in 2019. As for the gameplay, you'll control Sandiego herself utilizing gadgets like a hang glider and grappling hook to get around. Carmen Sandiego appears to have more 3D platformer flavor than the original games. The trailer shows Sandiego pickpocketing a man, so there may be some stealth elements. As you obtain clues and information, you can identify and capture VILE operatives. How much edutainment will be a part of the game remains to be seen. However, you will explore many locations across the world. Confirmed locals include Iceland, Ghana, Egypt, India, Japan, and Australia.
Hmm.
Carmen Sandiego has no release date yet, just a window of Q1 2025. When it drops, it will release on PC, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, and mobile. It will be included on the Netflix app. You can wishlist the game now. There's no comments were made about this game. Have you ever played any of the Carmen Sandiego games in the past?
Unfortunately, I don't remember exactly. It's been over 25, 30 years now. I was 6 years old when that came out on TV publicly. And during that time, there were games for it on the PC and all, but my school and also myself didn't have the money for it or the know how to get that kind of those kind of games were that rare, in my opinion, from my perspective at the time. Because back then, games were like not not saying that you cannot find them anywhere or nowhere. It's just that the information is so little to some parts of the United States, but where you live, to find these games and where to find these games already. Personally, myself, I did watch the Carmen San Diego TV show a few times. It was not so bad. It makes you think so every now and then, whatever. Um, yeah, man, it's I don't mind buying, try this game for the first time of this particular Carmen San Diego game. So
Yeah, I do remember that song from the '90s, "Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego."
Carmen San Diego.
So I do remember that, but that's like all I remember. I do remember the games not being that good. They were all point and click, if I remember correctly.
Pretty much that's about it at this
So
rate.
it was like the old Sherlock Holmes games,
Mm.
which I was not a fan of point and click games. Like I said, in elementary school, the game everyone wanted to play was Oregon Trail,
Oh yeah,
including
that was a
me.
popular.
Yeah, and they had many versions. The school had one version. I had a different version at home. Um, so there was that, and then in junior high and high school, it was mostly what games you could get on PC, um, if you could get any. Uh, so yeah, so I mean, this is I mean, while this is interesting, I mean, I didn't even know they had another Carmen San Diego game back before this one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it sounds interesting. I mean, now she's on the opposite side, which I guess they had to do to make it. But I mean, I guess we couldn't have a villain be the lead role, so
Oh yeah, because if
I
I
don't.
remember correctly, Carmen San Diego was the antagonist of most
Yeah,
of her games. So
yeah, I don't like that they changed her to be a good guy, and now she's like she's a Robin Hood or yeah, like a Robin Hood type of character stealing for people who I guess have been wronged or something. It's
or be a vigilante at least like Batman.
yeah, I mean, they do. So, I mean, it's kind of interesting, but some things make me wonder. Well, wait a minute. We're talking about today in video games, not not 10 years ago when people still had common sense in the gaming industry. Um, What if the Carmen Sandiego games turns out to be something like Suicide Squad? I mean,
Yeah, that would be something.
it wouldn't be anything good, that's for sure.
And it'd be less educational and more action packed instead, most
Yeah.
likely.
Yeah, so I mean, and also how much education is going to be in there? What are they going to actually teach? Because like the Carmen Sandiego games, if as I remember, what little I do remember, they were like mostly about geography and stuff, weren't they?
Yeah, about like what part of what world you're in, how to get there. It's like Ninja's World in those PC games in the schools back in the day. Except for Ninja's World is more less popular than Carmen San Diego. So
Yeah, so I mean, it's supposed to come out sometime next year, begin the first quarter of next year. As more info comes out about it, we'll definitely cover it.
oh yes, indeed.